Hey, it's Keis at Yoga with Keis with your personalized core and ab routine. This is a quick routine that will just help you add to what you're already doing. If you're working out or you have some other type of fitness movement you're doing to help with your core, or as a standalone that you can do. I do this type of workout often, really quickly, and I've seen results just by being consistent. So it's just really where you want to be at. Is it a standalone or is it added to your normal routine to help stretch and add on to what you're already doing? Whatever you decide to do with it, I just invite you to allow yourself to be consistent with it so you can notice the progress and realize no matter how much you work out, yoga will feel different to your body. So Shavasana at the end is always good to do to help your body settle into those moves, and consistent practice so your body doesn't get tight and start to feel the pain from doing yoga, because there will be some type of pain until you're consistent. Once you continue to be consistent with it, in about a week, your body will start to adjust. But if you just do this routine and then you try to come back to it in like a week or two, your body is going to react. So just want to give you a heads up and encourage you to be consistent. And let me know if there's other moves you want to do or something more specific you would like for your routine. So first we'll just start off with some breathing. Like I said, it's a quick routine. I'll walk you through it so that way you can make it a routine, but then you also know how to do the poses we're doing it. So wherever you're at, roll those shoulders up towards the ears, down the back to open the chest and straighten the spine. We're just going to take a quick inhale, exhale. And then if you'd like to close your eyes or have a soft gaze, I invite you to do that now as you just begin to notice your normal breathing. Not trying to adjust it, just noticing it. Maybe your heart's beating fast because you just finished a routine that you were doing besides this. Maybe it's slower because your day is just starting. Whatever it is, just noticing how you feel in this moment. The next breath we're going to do is just going to help with encouraging the core movements we're going to do today. So I just invite you to deeply inhale through the nose as you engage the core. Hold here for a few seconds. And then exhale out the mouth to release the core. Let's do that again. Begin to engage the core as you inhale deeply through the nose. Hold that breath for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Release the core, release the breath. Again, inhale, gauge the core. Inhale through the nose. Hold that breath. 3, 2, 1, and release. One more time, make it count. Deeply inhale as you engage the core. Hold at the top. We're going to hold here a little bit longer. Resting, relaxing. 2, 1, and exhale. Release the breath, release the core. So the next move we're going to do is just get some movement in those shoulders and the neck. So I invite you to just exhale and drop the chin down to the chest. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, bring the chin up towards the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn the chin over to the left shoulder. So looking over that left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, bring your chin over to the right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, tilt that left ear over to the left shoulder, feeling the side stretch in the neck. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Lift lift up back to center. Begin to move the shoulders. However it feels good to you, just following the breath as you do that. Inhaling as you rise up. Exhaling as you lower down. Maybe one shoulder at a time. Maybe both shoulders going front. And then both of them going back. Just waking up the shoulders as it feels good to you. The next move we'll do, we'll start engaging the core again. So coming back to that centered position, straight spine, open chest. Just invite you to lift your arms all the way up, raising towards the ceiling. Engaging the core, inhaling. As you begin to turn up the torso, then the chest, then the shoulders over to the left side. Once you find a place here, I invite you to exhale and release the right hand on the left knee and the left hand back behind you. And then right here, we're just going to engage the core as we take 3 inhale exhales. Your next inhale and lift those hands all the way back up as you twist, still keeping the core engaged to the front. Inhale again, lifting the hands all the way up towards the ceiling, and begin to exhale as you twist over to the right side. Releasing the hands, left hand in front, right hand behind you. And then core engaged as you look over to your right side, taking 3 inhale exhales. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up, turning back to the front. And then exhale, we're going to fold all the way over. So just hinging at the hips, bringing the hands out in front of you, laying down. Bringing the forehead all the way down to the floor. Your next inhale, slowly walk your hands back up. And then we're going to come to all fours, which is going to be our tabletop and cat, cow, and child's pose. So bring both knees underneath the hips, flat feet on the mat. Both hands come right underneath the shoulders. And then we're engaging the core again here, bringing the shoulders away from the ears as we bring the belly in towards the lower back, just kind of bringing it in. That's going to be our tabletop. That's going to support the lower back. And then on an exhale, I invite you to tuck the chin towards the chest, bring the tailbone inwards, and curve the spine upwards, pressing the hands into the mat. This is our cat pose. Still keeping the core engaged as we inhale, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling, rolling the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the tailbone. Inhale, tuck the chin, bring the belly in, bring the tailbone in. Press the hands into the mat. Exhale, drop the belly. Lift the chin, lift the tailbone. 2 more times. Inhale or exhale, tuck the chin, bring the tailbone in, pressing the hands into the mat. Inhale, bring the chin up towards the ceiling. Lift the tailbone, open the chest. Last time, exhale, chin into chest, tailbone tucked. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, raise the tailbone. Exhale, come back to tabletop. And then from here, we'll press into an extended leg and arm. So tabletop is supported. You feel good here, lifting the belly into the back. And then as it feels good, we're going to extend our right arm all the way out. If this feels good to you and you feel supported, stay here. If you want to take the extension, extend the left leg back behind you. If this is too much, just bring the foot back down towards the floor, but still extend the leg. Looking over those front fingertips. And then slowly bring the head down, looking down at the mat. Inhale, release, and we'll switch sides. If you need to move the wrist about just to release that tension. And then getting back into that table pose. And as you feel supported here, we're going to extend the left arm out. If this feels good, stay here, or extend the right leg back behind you, or foot comes down as the legs extended down to the floor mat. Breathing here, looking up at the fingertips, and then exhaling, taking your gaze down to the mat. And then exhale and release, bringing the knee back in. And now we're going to go into our child's pose to release that tension. So knees come out, big toes touch, pressing the hips back to the heels, extending the hands all the way out in front of you. Bringing the forehead down. If this is where you're at, that's great. If you're able to, go ahead and push those hips all the way back to the heels. And just in 5 inhale, exhales here. For your next inhale, just slowly come back up to your tabletop. Press your hands into the mat. Bring both knees in and curl those toes back behind you. We're going to come into a downward dog. So just opening the fingertips wide, supporting the wrists, pressing into the mat. And then as you're ready, lifting with the hip up towards the ceiling, pressing the heels back towards the mat. They don't have to touch the mat, but press them back. Extend the hands out in front of you, shoulders away from the ears. So if they're up here, just roll them down your back. You can pedal out the legs here. From here, I invite you just to engage the core even more. And we're going to kick the right foot back behind us. On your next exhale, we're going to bring that leg in, bending it in towards the middle of our arms. Exhale, kick the right leg back behind you. And then inhale, squeeze it in and reach that knee towards the left elbow. Exhale, kick the right foot back behind you. Inhale, hugging the knee in towards the right elbow. Exhale, kick that right foot back behind you. And then swing the right foot back down. And we'll pedal it out here to switch sides. So readjusting yourself in your downward dog. Pressing the hands into the mat, opening the fingertips, pressing the hips back, heels back. Getting a V going here. And then the next inhale, we'll kick that left leg back behind us. Exhale, curve the spine, kick, bringing the knee in towards the middle of both hands. Inhale, kick the left foot back behind you. Exhale, bring the left hand knee, bring the knee to the right elbow. Exhale, or inhale, kick the left leg back behind you. Exhale, bringing the knee out towards the left elbow. And inhale, right foot behind you. Exhale, left foot comes down back into your downward dog. And from here, we'll look up between both of our hands. And then just walk your feet to meet in between your hands, staying in a fold. Let your head hang. Slight bend in the knees. Breathing here. On your next inhale, we're going to bend at the knees. Sit back just a little bit as we lift our hands up. We're in chair pose here. You see your toes, shoulders away from ears, hands extended all the way out. Taking 3, 2, 1. Exhale, begin to squeeze as you sit down towards the heels. Slowly taking your time, keeping your hands extended out. Sit all the way down. And then lift your legs up, coming into boat pose. If this is too much for boat, bring your feet down a little. You can use your hands to support you. You can hug the legs up. Wherever you find yourself, we're leaning back, shoulders away from ears, hands extended out, feet out, core engaged. Breathing. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, slowly come all the way back down to the mat. Bring your feet all the way extended out, hands all the way to the mat, back lowers down, feeling united with the mat. And then just breathe here. The next movement we'll do here, I invite you to, just like we did tabletop when we were laying down, or when we were on all fours, we're gonna do it laying down. So just bringing both knees up as if you were on a tabletop, upside down. Hands come all the way up to the ceiling, same thing, right with the shoulders, knees right with the hips. And then from here, we're just going to bounce each leg. So inhale, and then exhale, drop the right foot down. Inhale, hug that right foot in with your core. Exhale, drop the left foot down. So slightly tapping with your toe. Inhale, hug in the foot or the knee with your core. Exhale, right foot taps down. Inhale, bring the foot up. Exhale, left foot taps. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Again, we're hugging in the core as we do this. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, stay right here. Breathing. Exhale, bring the feet all the way down to the mat. Knees bent, hands come flat on the sides of the body and the hips. Fingertips reaching towards the feet but not grabbing them. Upper back planted into the mat. And then we're going to inhale and slowly engage the core as we lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, slowly releasing the core, allowing your hips to come down to the mat. Inhale, engage that bottom part and the core as you lift the hips. Exhale, release the hips down to the mat. Again, inhale. Lift the hips, use the core, really support yourself here. Exhale, release down. Inhale, press the hips up towards the ceiling as you engage the core. And then I invite you to bring both your hands clasped underneath your hips. So just slowly roll your shoulders underneath your back a little, rocking side to side. Hands clasped underneath the hips. Pressing more into the feet, holding with your legs and your core. Your hips are up here. We're taking a couple more breaths here. We're not holding our breath. We're breathing, breathing. And exhale. Release the hands, unroll the shoulders, bring the hips down to the mat. Bring your knees in for a big hug. The next move we'll do here, we'll just hug our right knee into the chest and extend the left foot out, hovering above the mat. Just let it hover, breathing, engaging the core here. It feels good. You can do pulses, so lifting the left foot up and down. Wherever you find yourself, just breathing. And then go ahead and release, bringing that left knee in. And then exhaling the right leg out. As you hug that left knee, hover the right leg above the mat. Staying here for a couple breaths, or you can pulse. Lifting and dropping, still hovering. Controlling with the legs and the core. Breathing. And then slowly hug in that knee towards the chest. Both knees hugged in. Give yourself a big hug. And even move side to side on the spine if that feels good to you. The next move we're going to do here is going to be a twist. So our knees are hugged in. I invite you to bring both hands all the way out, spread wide like a T. Using your core, engaging it, inhaling, and then exhaling, bringing both knees over to the right side of your body, keeping the upper body up towards the ceiling, bringing them down as you're able. If you have a block, you can put the block here for your knees if you're not able to bring them all the way down. We're really just engaging the core, so it doesn't necessarily have to touch all the way down, whatever feels good. So hands are out, inhale, bringing the knees in. Exhale, twist with the core, only at the hips, over to the right side, either on the floor or coming down to your block. Inhale, lift up. And you might actually not want to use a block unless you have two, because we'll exhale over to the left side. Upper body stays towards the ceiling. Lower body is hip and core engaged to move that part of your body. Inhale, lift up with the knees and the core. Exhale, release over to the right side. Inhale, back in towards the middle. Exhale, release over to the left side. Inhale, using your core as you bring your knees in. Exhale, releasing the knees over. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then from here, we're going to do the full twist in this position. So I invite you to keep your right arm out, taking your left hand across both knees. We're going to exhale and twist those knees over to the left side, keeping the upper body up like we did, before, but now twisting the neck over to that right hand, looking over those right fingertips. Taking 5 inhale exhales here. Inhale, slowly untwist the upper body. Extending the left arm out to support as you lift your knees back into the chest. And then we'll have that left arm stay out, using the right hand to bring the knees over to the right side. Upper body stays towards the ceiling. Chin, neck, turn over to that left hand, looking over those left fingertips. 5 inhale exhales. Inhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug with both hands. And then slowly release the feet down to the mat. This last pose we do before Shavasana is called Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclined. It's a fancy way to say bottom of your feet are put together as your knees come out. So I invite you to take both the bottom of your feet, bring them together, and let your knees come out to the sides. Here's another great place for blocks if you have 2 of them, or just support in general that you can put right under the knees, because we're going to stay here. I always suggest staying here for like a minute. but we'll just start with 5 inhale exhales. So wherever you find yourself, I invite you to take your hand on the belly and the chest. You can close your eyes or leave them open. Core is engaged. Inhale, exhale here for 5 breaths. If this is too much too, you can always bring the feet down a bit to bring the relief and the release on the hips. Or if you're feeling like about it, then you can bring the feet all the way in. Wherever you find yourself, still breathing here. Inhale, hug the knees together, bringing the feet back flat to the mat. And now we're going to go into Shavasana. So bring both feet all the way out, extended, hands come out, taking up as much space as you can. Just really spread out, take up this space, let your body just relax, rest, and let those postures do their work right now. Just paying attention to the breath as you let each part of your body begin to relax completely. Starting at the toes, releasing any tension, unclenching, letting the ankles and the feet fall to the side, your shins, your calves, your knees, your thighs, all relaxing up to the hips, your belly, your back, your chest, up towards your shoulders. Imagining you're relaxing down each arm to the wrist, your fingertips, coming back to the neck, relaxing the entire upper back and lower spine. Moving up towards the back of your head, your ears, your chin, your face, your head. Just breathing, relaxing. And then as you're ready, we'll just begin. You can stay here actually, but for the sake of time, we'll just begin to move our toes and fingers, legs and arms, neck. And as you feel good and ready, I invite you to turn over to your right and left side, just resting on the arm, both knees stacked. Just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly rising all the way back up to seated. Coming back to a comfortable position. We'll take 3 release breaths here. So inhale, lifting the hands all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale deeply through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Again, inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Last time, make it count. Deeply inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And bow and thank yourself for taking this time. I hope that helps your core. Until next time.